Scorpio, the obsession is real. Check out more in this week's reading. Hi Scorpio, welcome back. Scorpio, this is going to be a reading for the week of April 21st. Not going to be for all of you, but if it does resonate, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Also, check out my social media account links down in the description box below. So, Scorpio. Oh, sorry, your card flew out. Overall energy is the Knight of Wands. And so I feel like for most of you, this is your energy. And it talks about taking action, you know, making moves, getting out of your head, putting the work in, putting the time in, getting creative, and being a little bit more fiery than watery this week, which is great. I feel like for the majority of you, this is your energy. But for some of you, you might be dealing with a fire sign this week. Aries, Leo, Sag. So take what resonates. We will see. Recent past for Scorpio. So Scorpio, recent past, you have the Lovers, the Fool, and the Magician. A lot of powerful energy there. A lot of powerful energy. So I feel like as a general energy, and I'm going to go through the general energies first, Scorpio, and then I'm going to break it down into more detailed groups. But this just talks about, you know, having a decision to have a new beginning within your life, you know, wanting to manifest that energy, taking action on it, taking a leap of faith, you know, knowing that you don't know the outcome, but do we ever know the outcome in life? No. Hold on. Sorry, I had another card drop. And so I feel like a lot of you in the recent past, it's a very impulsive energy as well. So I have some caution here. Some of you made a very impulsive decision within the either career arena or love arena because you wanted to manifest a new beginning. Okay, so like I said, I'll get more specific here in a minute. Coming up into this week, Scorpio, you have the 8 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. So, we're starting out this week in our head, that's for sure. I feel like your energy is definitely in, you know, a lot of mental energy here, okay? And even though Scorpio is not an air sign, I do feel like Scorpio can loop like an air sign would. You know what I'm saying? Like if Scorpio has their emotions heavily involved into a person, a situation, or career even, I feel like they can really, really get stuck in their heads and stress and loop and obsess over whatever the object of the attention or the affection is. It's part of being a fixed sign, and I see you starting out the week in that energy, which is not the greatest, but we'll see how it goes. After that, you have the Page of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, so I feel like that's much more positive. So I do feel that it's that same message, though. It's like Scorpio, you have your sight set on a goal here. And you're obsessing over it. Obsessing. Okay, whether that's a goal, finances, or a person. So I'm going to clarify this. Towards the end of the week, there's an 8 of Pentacles, the Devil, and then the Page of Cups. So, like I said, I feel like you're trying to... you're obsessively working on a project that you want to get off the ground. That's obvious. I have very different work and love messages. It's getting so hard for me to keep it general, but I'm going to break it down here in a minute. On a general energy level, there's something you're definitely putting a lot of work into. And I'm saying it's an obsession. So sometimes that's not always a negative thing, I guess. Being obsessed with what you do, loving what you do. But I do feel like there's a caution here, though. And then you end the week on the Page of Cups, which is some sort of emotional new breakthrough or beginning. So I definitely want to know what this is, and then I'm going to tell you how this might work out for you in different arenas of your life. So keep in mind, I'm going to break it down into groups. You can be in one of the groups or all of them. I'm sorry, your cards are flying. Don't mind me. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let's do career first. If there is something that sparks your creative side, okay, that I feel like this is not a new skill. I feel like this is a skill that you already have, whatever that is. So whatever your current career path or passion, hobby, whatever this is for you, I feel like this is something that you have worked on and became the master of already. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it was, whatever this is something brand new to you. But I feel like there is an obsessive like energy here about either building this business, building this skill, building this trade, working on yourself. So much so that it almost negates the progress you're making. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're obsessively working on something and disregarding your health, like taking on more than you should, you know, even if it's not finances, like taking on more than you should at home for some of you, is stressing you the hell out. And so I feel like there needs to be more of a balance here. And I feel towards the end of the week, there's an opportunity to see it from a different perspective and work on balancing out that energy so that you can tap into, it's like, this is an example, but it could apply. If you are someone who is a workhorse, you know what I'm saying? Like someone who's addicted to work, like you obsess over what you do, or you're OCD about what you do, or you know what I'm saying? Like if you put your energy into it, you put all of yourself into it, and then there's nothing left at the end of the day to give anybody else. That's what's occurring here. If you're in this group. And so the message then at the end of the week is slow down, you know, make sure that you're balancing this energy out. There's a time to call it quits. Otherwise, you won't have enough emotional energy, mental energy to give to other people in your life, or your partner, for some of you. And so there's a need to stop and pay attention. Why'd I get a Vanilla Ice song in my head? Stop, collaborate, and listen. So stupid. Sorry, I think that's Vanilla Ice. I don't know. Anyways, that's group 1. Group 2. If this is love, okay, then it's obvious, right? There's someone you're obsessed with. Or you. But this is your reading, so I always read it as your energy. But because it's general, yes, it could be interchangeable. But there's someone here. I almost said Leo. It might be a Leo. But I have air here as well, and Capricorn and fire. Or someone, yeah, okay. Let me move on. I feel like Scorpio, if you're in this group 2, You leapt. I mean, leapt into another relationship. Okay. As a way to manifest a new beginning for yourself. So some of you jumped headfirst into a new relationship or another relationship. And if you watched last week's reading, some of you literally jumped out of one into one. I feel like this was an impulse move. An impulse move. And now that's the past energy. Now we come into the current energy, which is exactly what happens when you do impulsive things and the dust settles. So I feel like the dust is now settled. You did manifest a new beginning, a new relationship here, if you're in this group. But now it's like now you're stressing about it. Now you're anxious about it. Now you feel trapped. You feel trapped emotionally, for some of you financially. Yeah, it's a sense of entrapment. So it's like, yes, you manifested this new beginning, and now it's a feeling of obligation here. When what you really wanted was something different, a relationship with more equality within it, with more give and take in it. But somebody's not giving and taking, you know? And it could very well be you, Scorpio. You might not be giving your all to this relationship because there's an obsession here. You might be obsessed with someone else. Or obsessively think about someone else. And or, like I said, someone might be like this towards you. Like someone, if it's the opposite way, I feel like then the partner likely that you're partnered with now, it smothers you. Or you feel smothered by them. Somewhat. And you almost want to take it down a notch. Yeah. Because you want a partnership, and I feel like there's codependencies in this relationship. Someone's dependent on the other person, whether financially or emotionally. And that's not what you wanted. But here you are. So that's group 2. Group 3, this is also a relationship, but I can read this a different way. Group 3, there is a definite partnership here, again, that you've manifested in the past. That's showing up now. And there's stress and anxiety here. I think you see potential with this person, or they see potential in you. But there's some addictive type behaviors here, or toxic behaviors that cause a lot of stress or anxiety. And for a very few of you, what it causes is possibly mental health or physical health problems. And there needs to be more equality between what each of you put in. Like what this person has to offer you, Scorpio, is more tangible and solid and trustworthy. What you have to offer is romance, emotion, the Scorpio va-va-boom that there is. But it needs, just make sure it's balanced, okay? Because I do feel like it's interfering in the progress of the relationship growing. It's still very immature for some reason. but it has potential to definitely grow and to take you to the next step, okay? But this got to be dealt with first. You can't be having the devil, the 8 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords up in there and expect growth. No. So, Scorpio. Interesting as always. Like I said, the zodiac signs I have, I don't have Leo out, but I felt Leo, and so possibly Leo or Sagittarius or Aries. I do have Aries out. Gemini, Capricorn, and then Pisces, and then a small possibility of air, Aquarius, Libra, or a Gemini. Those are the primary zodiac signs I see, but keep in mind that could just be the energies of the week. Take what resonates, throw away what doesn't. I wish you the very best. Till next time, Scorpio. Namaste.